assumptions of kinetic theory of gases. So concept is assumptions of kinetic theory of gases. So these assumptions will divide into two parts. In one part, we will see the assumptions depending upon the nature of gas molecules. Nature of gas molecules. So related to the nature of the gas molecules, according to the assumption, a gas consists of a large number of tiny particles, and these tiny particles are called as the molecules. Gas consists of large number of tiny particles. Tiny means small particles, and such particles are called as the molecules. Then in second assumption, these molecules are rigid and perfectly elastic spheres. These molecules are rigid and perfectly elastic spheres of very small diameter. Diameter of the molecules is very small, and these molecules are rigid and possesses the property of elasticity. That means they are perfectly elastic spheres. Then next assumption is all the molecules of the same gas. If we consider the molecules of the same gas, then according to assumptions, all the molecules of the same gas has the same shape, size and mass. So all the molecules of the gas, or all the molecules of the same gas has a fixed shape, size and mass. Then in fourth assumption, the actual volume of the gas molecules is very small as compared to that of the total volume of the container in which they are enclosed. Actual volume of the gas molecule is very small as that of the total volume of the container or vessel in which that gas is enclosed. So the fourth assumption is related to the volume of the gas. So these are the assumptions related to the nature of the gas molecules. Now in a second part of the assumptions of kinetic theory of gases, we'll see the assumptions related to the random motion of gas molecules. A random motion of gas molecules. So in second part, we will see the different assumptions of gases which are related to the random motion of the gas molecules. So according to the random motion of the gas molecules, the molecules of the gas are always in a state of random motion. That means they are moving in all possible directions with all possible velocities. and this state of the gas is called as also as the molecular charge. All the molecules of the gas are always in a state of random motion. This means they are constantly moving in all possible directions with all possible velocities. This is one of the assumptions related to the random motion. Now, due to the random motion of the gas molecules, these molecules bombard on the walls of the container. When molecules of the gas are randomly moving, then they are bombarded on the walls of the container. And when gas molecules bombard with the walls of the container, at the same time, this gas molecule also collide with the another gas molecule. And when there exists a collision, such collision is a perfectly elastic collision. That means there is no loss of kinetic energy during the collision. So this is one of the assumptions related to the random motion of the gas molecules. In third assumptions, it is said that between two successive collisions of the gas molecule, a molecule travel in a straight line path, and such a straight line path which is traveled by a molecule between two successive collisions is called as the free path. The distance between the two successive collisions is called as the free path, and this free path is always a straight line. Then in fourth assumption is related to the time. So the time which is required for a collision, when gas molecule collide with other gas molecule, there exists a collision. So the time required for a collision is very small as compared to that of the time interval between two successive collisions, or the time which is very small for one collision and larger time is required for traveling a molecule between two successive collisions, or in other words we say that it is larger, such as cover to a free path, that is distance between the two successive collisions. So are the assumptions which are related to the random motion of the gas molecules. So in two parts we have seen the assumptions of kinetic theory of gases. In one part we will see the assumptions which are related to the nature of the gas molecule, and in second part we have seen the different assumptions which are related to the random motion of gas molecules. Now, after the assumptions of the kinetic theory of gases, we have to see some basic terms such as mean free path, then we have to see another term such as mean velocity, And next one is mean square velocity, and next one is root mean square velocity. So one by one we'll now see these different terms. So the first term is mean free path. Mean free path. So as we have seen, the molecules of the gas are always in a state of random motion. That means the molecule of a gas collide with another molecule as they are randomly moving. So when one molecule of a gas collide with the another gas molecule, there is a change in magnitude and the direction of the velocities. So when there exists a change in direction of the velocities, the molecules travel always in a straight line between two successive collisions. So diagrammatically we will see the zigzag motion of the gas molecule. If we consider a molecule which is travel in a straight line, suppose the molecule of the gas collide with the molecule A, then the molecule A is collide again on the molecule B, then this molecule B is again collide with the molecule C, C molecule again collide with the molecule D, D molecule is collide, suppose molecule E. So this path is a zigzag path, and here between two successive collision, these are the two successive collision. So molecule travel a straight line path. There is a straight line path which is covered by a molecule between two successive collisions. So in this path, as molecule cover a straight line path, so we have seen the term free path. The distance traveled by a molecule between two successive collisions is called as a free path. So there is a distance which is traveled by a molecule between two successive collisions. So this distance is called as the free path. And the average distance traveled by a molecule between two successive collisions is called as the mean free path. The average distance which is traveled by a molecule between two successive collisions is called as the mean free path. So mean free path is always measured in unit meter or angstrom unit. Mean free path is measured in unit meter or angstrom unit. So you know that the relation between angstrom unit and meter. So 1 angstrom unit is equal to 10 raised to minus 10 meter, or which would 10 raised to minus 10 minus 8 centimeter. 1 angstrom unit is equal to 10 raised to minus 10 meter or 10 raised to minus 8 centimeter. So mean free path is measured in unit meter or angstrom unit. Now, if lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, lambda 4, such as lambda n, be the free paths of the molecules, then the mean free path which denoted by lambda, the average distance traveled by the gas molecule between two successive collisions is called as the mean free path, and therefore we write lambda is equal to lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus lambda n upon n be the number of collisions. So is the formula for the mean free path. Mathematically, it can be expressed as 1 upon root 2 pi d square n. Here n is the number of molecules, of the gas, and d is the diameter of the gas molecules. So n is the number of molecules. Capital N be the number of molecules. Small n is the number of moles of the gases, and d is the diameter of the gas molecules. So mathematically, mean free path is expressed as by formula 1 upon root 2 pi d square n. So this formula here we have written. On the basis of this formula, there are some MCQs which are number of times to be asked in different exams. So after the mean free path, we have to see the concept of mean velocity. So the concept is mean velocity. Second term which we have see is mean velocity, which is also called as the average velocity, which we denote by c bar, mean velocity. So if we consider a gas of n molecules which are enclosed in a container vessel which consisting of different gas molecules having different velocities such as C1, C2, such as Cn. C1, C2, Cn be the velocities of the gas molecules. Then mean velocity is simply the arithmetic mean of the velocities of the gas molecule is we called as the mean or average velocity, and therefore we write the formula for the mean velocity such as c bar is equal to c1 plus c2 plus cn upon n. So is the term mean velocity. Then we see the term mean square velocity. Next term is third term, mean square velocity. We denote by c square bar, mean square velocity. So as we consider the n number of molecules, n be the number of molecules, and as C1, C2, Cn be the velocities of these different gas molecules. Then mean square velocity is simply defined as the average of the square of the velocities of the gas molecules is we called as the mean square velocity. Average of the square of the velocities of the molecules of a gas is we called as mean square velocity, and therefore we write the formula such as c square bar is equal to c1 square plus c2 square plus cn square upon n. So the term mean square velocity, average of the square of the velocities of the gas molecules is we call as the mean square velocity. And then the last term which we have to see is root mean square velocity. Root mean square velocity, which is why CRMS or root of c square bar. Root mean square velocity. So root mean square velocity is simply defined as the square root of the mean square velocity. Square root of the mean square velocity is we call as the root mean square velocity, and therefore as per the definition we write the formula for CRMS or c square bar as a root of c1 square plus c2 square plus cn square upon n. So these are the different four terms related to the assumptions of the kinetic theory of gases, such as mean free path, mean velocity, mean square velocity, and the root mean square velocity. Now, depending upon the concept of an ideal gas or the different concepts related to the assumptions of the kinetic theory of gases, we are now going to see some numericals or some objective type multiple choice questions depending upon the concept of an ideal gas. So up till now we have seen the introductory part of the kinetic theory of gases, then the concept of an ideal gas, also after the concept of an ideal gas we have seen the different assumptions of the kinetic theory of gases, and then we have seen the different terms such as free path, mean velocity, mean square velocity, and root mean square velocity. Now depending upon the concept we will take some MCQ type questions. So we will see the MCQ which are related to the concept of kinetic theory of gases. As per the concepts, we will see the first numerical based on the concept of an ideal gas.